am in my hoop house. Today is May 1st. And as you can see in my hoop house, I have absolutely nothing going on. And the reason that is so is because we were gone for the months of February and March. And when we came back, we still had a lot of below 30 days at night. So it was still cold, and so it was quite difficult for me to start growing my seedlings because we had so many cold days. So I'm getting a late start this year, but that's okay because this year I'm scaling down my garden because I want to do a more enhanced drip system, because last year I saw that we were wasting a lot of water, and it just took so much water during the dry summer months out here in New Mexico. So we want to put in a good drip system so that it doesn't take so much time in watering everything, because I have quite a big section of garden outside of this hoop house. I had this section, which was my corn section. I had that back area, which is 2 beds that I did sweet potatoes and onions in last year. And all of these pots, I did potatoes. And then this other outside garden, which has a lot of beds, I grew a lot of stuff in here. So as you can see, everything is pretty much vacant and empty. I'm not going to grow out here this year till we set up our drip system. And then we're in the process of building this greenhouse, which will be an all year long greenhouse. So I will be able to grow in the winter months and get started early in the spring with my planting. So what I want to show you today is I have some of my seedlings started here, and I'm about to put nutrients, natural nutrients, and add soil to these garden beds so that once those seedlings are ready to be planted, they'll be planted in good soil that's nutrient rich. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some sardines. I have vegetable and fruit pulp from my juicer that I'm going to add to this soil, and some eggs from my chickens. So I'm going to add that to the soil, and then these potting mix and mushroom compost and steel manure, I'm going to mix that and add that to the garden beds as well. So that'll give the soil enough natural nutrients. I try to do everything naturally. I don't use Miracle Grow, and I try to stay as chemical free as possible for our food. So I just wanted to show you the beginning stages here of where we are on May 1st with my hoop house, my garden this year. And I'm going to do a follow-up video to show you how everything is progressing. Hopefully we'll have a great growing season this year. So this is part 1, and let's see if this works, and hopefully we'll have a good fruitful garden this year. Okay guys, so I am in my hoop house, and I'm getting ready to prepare my garden beds by adding nutrients to them so that as I plant this year, my plants will receive all the nutrients that they need and they'll grow well. So this is leftover soil from last year's growing season, and it's pretty dry. So what I want to do is cultivate it and add some nutrients. So what I'm adding is my pulp vegetables from my juicing. That's in that bowl. I got some sardines, and I got some eggs. So sardines, eggs, and all those vegetables will add a lot of nitrogen, magnesium, everything that my plants need to grow. So what I did is I made 2 little ditches, a couple of inches deep, and I'm going to add some sardines, some raw eggs, and some vegetables. I'm going to water the soil add some new soil mix, which is this potting mix here. I got mushroom compost and I got steer manure. So that's what I have in my soil mixture for my sardines. I use this. This had oil in it. I rinsed it good because it's the only one they had. I usually get just the plain sardines and water. I got them from the dollar store, so it was cheap. And so I have an all-natural nutrient base without adding any chemicals to my garden bed. So that's what I'm about to do right now. So I'm going to start first, I think, with my sardines. I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit in here. Sardines, they work real good, especially if you're planting green leafy vegetables like collard greens, kale. They work real good. So the eggs, I'm just going to drop these in. These are eggs from my chicken coop. I'm just going to drop a few of them in. Drop some on this side. Sardines. And now I'm going to add all this pulp. So what I have in this pulp for my juicing, I got carrot, celery, beets, apples, all that good stuff. So with me, I just like to add a lot of my kitchen scraps in the soil instead of actually composting and waiting for it to break down, because it takes so long when you use a composter. And in my opinion, doing it that way, the time and effort and energy that it takes for you to get your compost soil, it just takes too long, and you don't get that much out of it. So I just like to add it to the soil. As long as you keep it covered up, you're good. So now I'm going to take some of my soil that I mixed out there, and I'm going to sprinkle it on over here. I would add wood shavings to it, but I don't have any. And then I'm going to crack these eggs. These are raw eggs. I'm just going to crack them. Cover it up with some fresh soil. Same on this side. Crack these eggs. And that's going to break down. And as those roots get down there, they're going to take in all those nutrients. just want to make sure you cover it up good. Now I'm going to water it. And get it nice and moist because it's been dry in here all year long, or for the winter months rather. And there we go. So I'm going to level this out with my soil, add some more fresh soil to this, level it out, and then my garden bed is ready for all my plants. And that's how you add back nutrients to your soil. That's all natural when you're starting your growing season at the beginning of the year. So I'll show you my progress. I believe in this bed I'm going to have carrot and or beets. I'm going to have root vegetables in here. Not sure yet. I haven't done my planning yet in here, so. But I'll show you my progress as this growing season continues, and we'll see whether or not my methodology is successful. So next time, be free.